Hello, how are you today? I'm very well, thank you. I've been having a lot of energy lately, a lot of surplus energy, like more energy than I need. So, as you've probably noticed, I've been doing a lot more podcast episodes than I typically do. But I'm going to settle back down now and get into my usual routine. I got a bit too excited over the Easter break, making podcasts. Anyway, today I'd like to do another listener request because recently Takumin from Japan got in touch with me and wanted to know if there are any restaurants in England with a similar catchphrase to Gyudon restaurants in Japan. So Gyudon is like, I guess, beef, like a beef dish on top of rice. And there are lots of restaurants and chain restaurants that sell this food all over Japan. The restaurants themselves don't just serve gyudon. I think they serve other food as well from memory. But anyway, the catchphrase or marketing slogan that they use is apparently yasui, hayai, umai, or cheap, quick, delicious in English. So, are there any restaurants in England that adopt this catchphrase? I don't think there are, to be honest. Eating out in England is very hit and miss. So hit and miss means it's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you have a good experience, sometimes a bad experience. To me, it feels like many restaurants in England, in the UK, don't care about whether their food is good or not. They just care about whether they're making money or not. And English people, I think, have a very bad sense of what good food is. I think there are so many places in England that serve bad food. Well, not bad, but not good, not amazing. That everyone's impression of food is very average. So if something tastes average, then people are happy. It's like, okay, this food is good, so I'm happy. But they don't know what amazing food tastes like, I don't think. And I didn't realize this was the case until I went to Japan and became familiar with Japanese food and how good food can actually taste when people seem to care about it. So no, I don't think companies really strive to meet that sort of catchphrase. We want to make it cheap, we want to make it quick, we want to make it delicious. I think they want to make it cheap for the company, not cheap for the customer. Cheap for the company. And like I say, I don't think they care so much about it's delicious. They want to make it delicious enough so that people will come back again, but that's good enough for them. So when you're eating out in England, you really have to look at like some kind of site that reviews restaurants before you go, because you'll just get a bad one otherwise, more often than not. I get the impression, to be honest, that most of the restaurants in the UK are bad. They're not good. Maybe at best they're average and they're okay. And I think, bad is a harsh word. Bad is too strong. The food that they sell is okay. The food is probably even good. But it's not like you wouldn't go there and think, oh, this is so delicious, I'm going to come back here again. That kind of restaurant is very rare. I almost never experience that in England. And that's also why I don't eat out in England. It's not so common over here, I don't think. Lots of people tend to order out, like get a takeaway or get it delivered to their house. But when I've done that, it's been the same story. Usually, I end up being unhappy with what I've ordered. Like, it doesn't taste that good, really. It looked better in the pictures. But anyway, the second part of Takumin's request was, if there aren't any restaurants like this in England, have I ever visited gyudon restaurants in Japan? I think it's in Japan. Do we have any in England? I don't know. Probably not. We might do. We might do somewhere. Maybe in London there are some. But anyway, I have visited them in Japan, but to be honest, I can't really remember so much. I think last time I was in Japan, which would have been 2019 now, I think. I'm pretty sure I went to Sukiya at some point. Yeah, but if I did, I don't think I ordered gyudon. I think I had curry rice, like curry and rice instead. So, see, the problem is I'm not the biggest fan of beef, to be honest. Beef is not my favorite meat. And when I'm in England, I very rarely eat it. I mostly eat chicken or fish, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not such a fan of beef or of lamb. But there was this time I was in Japan, and I can't remember what kind of restaurant I was in. Actually, it might have just been sort of like traditional Japanese style food restaurant. And for some reason, I ordered like some beef steak. And I can't remember what other food came with it. I just remember this steak, and it was quite thin, and it had lots of, it must like spices added to it or something like that. It had like a sauce all over it, and when I tried it, I couldn't believe it was beef. It tasted so good that I don't know, maybe that could become my favorite meat if beef always tasted like that. It was amazing. And I really enjoyed it. But I've never tasted anything like that in England. If you order steak over here, you just get like, someone just cooks the steak and gives it to you. And I don't think there's anything done to it. You know, like they don't marinate it, like let it sit in sauce for a long time to like soak up flavor or anything like that. It's normally just plain, like really plain. Here's the meat, enjoy. And it doesn't taste nice to me. So that's why I don't usually eat beef over here. So yeah, whenever I think about what am I going to eat, beef generally never comes into my mind. I never think, oh, I'd like to eat beef. So that's probably why I don't have much experience of going to like gyudon restaurants in Japan. I mean, I don't think I've been to Yoshinoya or Matsuya ever. But yeah, I'd like to check them out sometime, and maybe I should make an effort to try and eat more beef when I'm in Japan, because it seems it can taste different sometimes. But actually, I've had a similar experience with pork as well. I remember going to this one supermarket in Japan, and they would sell this pork there, like a cut of pork, and it would have been marinated in a sauce, and you bought it like in a bag, in like a clear bag, and took it home, and they cooked that, and that was just like, I don't know, it's like another level. It was like heaven. It tasted so good. And I think pork became my favorite meat when I was living in Japan. I liked it more than chicken. Interestingly enough, I didn't like chicken when I was in Japan, because in England, in the UK, I think lots of people aren't really a fan of they don't like to see parts of the animal that look like the animal. So like some people like myself, we're not very keen on like bones, like seeing bones attached to meat. So the most popular meat in like chicken meat in England is breast meat. and it has no bones in. And normally, if you eat something like, I don't know, like a chicken burger. So you've got a burger bun and you've got some big piece of chicken on top of it. Normally, that's breast meat, and I think if you were to buy something like chicken nuggets, maybe you can buy ones that are made of breast meat as well, because we don't really like chewing on like the chewy bits of meat that some cuts of meat have. And I know there's this one thing that my girlfriend eats, and to be honest, I just find it disgusting. She eats what? I mean, it's a bit of a weird word. I don't know if you know it, but it's cartilage in English. So it's it's not meat. It's like this thing that goes between bones, between joints in animals, and I think it's really crunchy. Nankotsu in Japanese, and I don't know how you can enjoy it. It's it's like the bit that we throw away in England. That's no good. So yeah, and I remember I had some karaage, fried chicken in Japan, and I bit into it, and straight away there was like this massive like crunchy bit, and I was like, oh, and I started to feel a bit sick. And I just couldn't eat it. So I quickly went off chicken when I was in Japan. I'm a bit of a wimp. A wimp? Does anyone know that word? It's quite British, isn't it? Like someone who's weak. A bit of a wimp when it comes to eating that kind of meat, to be honest. So, yeah. Now you know. My favourite meat is probably pork or beef if I'm living in Japan, not chicken. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed listening to today's episode, and I hope that's answered your question well enough, Takumi. Thank you very much for your suggestion. And as always, if anyone else wants to send any requests, any suggestions for topics, then you can get in touch with me on Twitter or Instagram, or you can even email me, sorry. You can even leave a comment on my YouTube channel if you want. I know some people have been commenting about the Minecraft series lately, and so far I've got about 35 subscribers, which is great because it's only just been opened. So thank you very much if you have subscribed to the YouTube channel also. Okay, until next time, bye-bye.